Hi guys, welcome to my channel, VeniLegiAmavi, which means I came, I read, I loved. My name is Kelsey and it is Tea Tuesday, which means I'm going to talk to you guys about a book that I've read recently. So today we're drinking out of my wolf pottery mug. I love this. It was a gift from Declan for Christmas. Just the gold detailing on it is absolutely stunning. I do pottery, which I really enjoy. It's a great creative outlet. And it's really fun to be able to make something that's so tangible and so functional at the same time. That being said, this is such a beautiful piece of work, and I'm also addicted to buying it. Like, sometimes when you learn how to do something, it's kind of like, well, I mean, I could make that, why would I want to buy it? But one, it's always nice to support other artists. And today we are drinking David's Tea's Sparkling Sangria. It's really yummy. I have been drinking quite a lot of the summer teas that they've just released, and they are fantastic. It's so refreshing. It's been quite hot out lately. I know what you're thinking. If it's so hot, why are you wearing a toque? Well, that's because I have not showered yet today, because I want to go and have a bath and read in the bath, but I thought that I should do this first because Declan will be home pretty soon, and then I'm gonna go sword fighting, and then I get home and it's like 9, and then we've got to make dinner, and then, you know, it's time to go to bed because otherwise I'll never wake up tomorrow. I guess I could have just had a bath earlier, but I was making waffles. Anyway, the point is, I need to wash my hair, so here we are. Oh yeah, you guys probably haven't seen it since it's gone purple, hey? I'm slowly transitioning because I really want to go pink, so you'll, you know, pretty soon, either next time or the time after, I'll probably go pink. I might go purple once more before I commit to pink, because I'll do pink when I redo the roots as well. And until then, I'll just like kind of do like dark ombre purple to brighter purple at the ends. But yeah. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into talking about our book of the day. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about a book that is very dear to me. I have read this book so many times, and it was really one of the first books that I read that really got me into political books. Like not books about our politics, but books that have political, like a lot of politics in the actual plot. So that book would be The Heretic Queen. So here's the thing. There are a lot of books on the bookshelf behind me that I need to read. So really, the last thing that I needed to do was reread another book that I've already read a million times. But Declan and I decided that we would go to the museum in town because there's a new exhibit there, and it was all about Egypt. And I've always been like a huge Egypt mythology and like historical Egypt nerd. I love learning about stuff from that time period and from that like area. So, of course, I wanted to go. So we decided to go together, and we spent like 3.5 hours just in the Egypt exhibit. It was really cool, absolutely fantastic. If you're in Victoria, I highly recommend going to check it out because it was amazing. There's also an IMAX theater like 3D movie, but we didn't watch that at the time. We might go back and watch it, probably will, but it's there until December. So for now, that was a good little Egypt fix for me. So basically, yeah, so I felt like this huge stack of books and I needed to pick out a new book to read. Then we went to this Egyptian exhibit, and so naturally I was feeling like I was really feeling the Egypt books. And like there are several books behind me that do take place in Egypt that I could have read that are new. But I mean, of course I had to go back to an old favorite. So okay, I've got to show you something. So in the gift shop, we bought a little papyrus bookmark of Mut, who is of course one of the goddesses that they talk quite a lot about in The Heretic Queen. I think we got 3 or 4 different papyrus bookmarks for various ones, like for various Egyptian books that I own, because it's fun and thematic, and I love that. But let's just get right into it and start talking about the actual book, shall we? So before we get to the spoiler section, the Heretic Queen is about a young Nefertari. Nefertari is being raised amongst the other children of the court. She has always been friends with Ramses II, who is around her age, a couple years older. I think he's like 5 years older than her. So yeah, Nefertari is like a spare princess in the court of Seti I. She's growing up with Ramses II and trying to find her place at court. And most of the social situations that she has to navigate through are very, very political because, again, she's growing up in a court. Everyone in this court is a threat. Everyone is looking for their own gain, basically. And she is just a young girl who's trying to find her way in the world. So, with that in mind, now I'm going to transition into the spoiler section. So if you have not read The Heretic Queen by Michelle Moran, I highly recommend you do. Stop the video now. Just come back to this after you've read it. It'll be fine. Trust me, totally worth it. It's such a good book. Love it, love it, love it. So, spoilers. Spoilers. Got it? Spoilers incoming. Rest of the video going to be spoiler filled. Okay? Alright. So, let's talk about Nefertari. So I love all the different political gains and all the different political, like, motivation that the different characters in this book have. Everyone is kind of going for something different. Everyone wants something. The antagonists, like, you can see why every one of them pushes for what they want, and I really appreciated that Isaac was really just a girl. Like, I mean, there are definitely moments in this book where I truly disliked her, but she was, at the core of it, she was very much a victim, which I thought was kind of great, and I really enjoyed that little twist to just, like, show that she's not necessarily as bad of a person as she's not without her own struggles, basically. She's human too. I loved the relationship building between Nefertari and Ramses II. Especially after they were married, I feel like in a lot of different books, they meet. The whole book is about them slowly falling in love. They get married, and that's the end. This book was much more about how to navigate their marriage, even through, like, all of these different political issues. And I really, really, truly loved Ramses because he just wants everyone to be honest with him, and he just wants everyone to get along, and he's just, like, such a wholesome character. And I loved that. Similarly, I loved that getting to walk through this in Nefertari's kind of mind, because I found it relatable that her whole, like, even after she's married to Ramses, it's still a lot about the politics, even in her own marriage. Like, she has to be aware of the things that she says, and she has to be aware of, you know, if she does this or says this, she's going to seem petty. And everyone is constantly warning her, you know, oh no, you can't tell your husband this yet. Oh no, you can't tell him, you can't do that. And in the end of the book, finally she just admits to him, like, everything that happened, and she apologizes because she sees how much it hurt him, that she wasn't just honest with him from the get-go. I just love that because growing up, I always, like, I kind of relate to that because growing up, people always, like, tell you things people always talk about relationships and the things that you can or can't do getting into a relationship, and, like, early in a relationship, which I've always found stupid. Right off the bat, I basically told Declan my 10-year plan. I don't even know if we'd been dating yet. And I told him exactly, like, my timeline of events that I wanted to happen, because it's important that he knows that before we get into a relationship. He knows, like, it's important that he knows where I want to move in my adult life and raise a family, because that, if he's not interested in doing that or not open to doing that, then that's going to be a problem right off the gate. Like, I would rather know that right away than get 3 years into a relationship and find out that one of us wants kids and the other doesn't, or you know, I can't live without cats and he's allergic or something. Like, not the case, those are fictional examples. But do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I found that to be really relatable in the sense of like everyone telling her, because society kind of tells you like, oh no, you can't tell them that, you can't tell them your flaws, or you can't tell them about, you know, like it's just, I am a big fan of being honest. I think that communication is really important in relationships. And so it was really, really lovely to see this book kind of come around to terms with the fact that she admits that she should have just told him all along. She should have just like told him everything because of that. It was also just really refreshing having a character who, you know, she made several decisions in the book that put his needs above her own, or the needs of Egypt above her own, even when her own situation was so dire. Like with refusing to let go of not Moses's people, or like when she does things like that, because she just, that's what love is. Love is giving something up, like sacrificing. Love is sacrifice, but it's sacrifice when, like, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I love you more than whatever. Showing it is a much harder thing to do. And so when people really show that, I really respect it quite a lot. So I don't have a lot more to say about the Heretic Queen. I really just would like to really encourage you guys to read Michelle Moran's other work, and also read up on Nefertari and Ramses II on your own, because there are some really, really interesting landmarks and some really interesting works that they've done. Like Ramses II was notoriously in love with Nefertari. Like, he wrote her poems, he referred to her as the one for whom the sun shines. It's really, like, their love is so strong. Like, even now you can see it in everything that they do. I talked about this briefly in one of my other videos. I'll link it down below. It was in my relatable book tag, which is an original book tag that I did. And so, like, I kind of talked about it there, I think. Or maybe I just talked about Ramses there. Maybe I talked about, I don't know. Anyway, so I talked about that somewhere. I'll link a couple videos where I talk about Ramses II and the Heretic Queen and stuff like that down below. Although I do feel like I talk about it quite a lot. But yeah, so I just really loved this book, and I hope that you guys loved it too. I hope that you enjoyed The Heretic Queen. Let me know down below what you thought and what your favorite parts were. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Until next time, bye. These will be my last moments of peace. From now on, my love will bring nothing but chaos.